How's it going, guys? I just bought a lot of phones, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover some of the lessons that you, if you don't already know, that you will learn as you're flipping phones, like what matters to direct buyers, what matters for selling it local or not local. I did a video maybe 4 or 5 months ago, and I said the 6 months after a phone is released, so a new 13 came out in, let's say, September. 6 months after that, you're doing usually best to sell your phones to a direct buyer without even really thinking about trying to sell them locally. It just doesn't make near as much sense unless you're doing retail. And after that, the 6 months leading up to the new launch, which is coming up here soon, I can feel it happening with the prices. It gets harder to buy phones for as cheap as you need to buy them in order to flip that to a direct buyer. And I'll give you an example. iPhones were at $280 for an 1164 gig carrier locked, and I think now they're at $235, which means that nobody on planet Earth is going to let you buy their phone, their 11 generally, for 180 bucks. You're gonna get so many no's that you may as well offer 200 and get a ton of yeses. And so, so at that point, do you buy a phone and then make $35 on it? To me, the answer is no. You sell that locally for more like 300. That's $65. That's triple the profit almost. Triple the net profit margin, net profit dollar amount, sorry. So instead of 35, you're making 100. And so I'll give you an example of some deals here, okay? This one right here is a 12 Pro Max. It has a cracked back. So no matter how small the crack is, you're going to get a deduction of 150 bucks with most buyers. And then it's probably, I don't know if it's easy to tell or not, but hang on. See if we can keep the screen off, dude. Come on. The screen won't stop being on. There we go. There we go. I don't know if you can see these scratches. A direct buyer is going to say, yeah, that says C. And a customer is going to say, no big deal. Whereas that's going to cost me $200 with a direct buyer. So $200 plus $150. And I'm getting 700, so 350 bucks. Nobody's going to sell me this phone for 300, 250, because they're going to say, dude, the screen's not cracked. It's just some like wimpy scratches. And it's just a little tiny crack right there. Direct buyers don't care. That's how that works. That's their business. No problem. So I'm going to take that one and I'm going to sell that locally. And I'm going to get a good value for it. Let's say instead of 350, I'll get 500 locally. I might sell on eBay and get more like 600 after fees. So sell it for something like 700. This one's cool. This is a 13 Pro Max, great shape, no problems. Sorry, 13 Pro regular, 256 gig. It's locked to Verizon, but not really, because you can unlock those really cheap. Let me know if you need help doing that. Super simple. So let's see what else I got. I got an 11. All right, no problems. 128 gig, any carrier. That's going to sell to a direct buyer for $350. That's a good price. Like, I would take that, no problem. Screen looks good. One thing you can do to check the screen to make sure it's real is you swipe down right here and you hold down this little button right there. Make sure True Tone's on there. That's not a surefire way, but that is a good, easy way to check. It's possible to switch screens and put in a non-original non-OEM screen and stick you with a fake one. But this one looks real. Another thing you can look for on screens is like, there's a bed down here, thank God, is how far off the little bezel it is, right? If it's real plush right there, it's usually going to be a real screen. A lot of the non-OEM screens kind of, they stick up for whatever reason. Hey, guys, if you have any questions on this live, let me know, and I'll answer them. This one's a little 12 mini. Again, he sold this to me as carrier lock, but it's Verizon carrier lock. So that's that's going to get me unlocked price, which I think, believe it or not, is not that much. You know, maybe $400. The minis and the 13s depreciate like you wouldn't believe, dude. So again, 12s, price going down on these suckers, man. This is carrier locked to, I think, T-Mobile. It's in great shape. DB is going to want to give me $340. That might be a good deal. That might work. You know, I like to test it. I would list this for $400, see if it sells. If not, maybe $380. Anything under $380 and a direct buyer's give me $340, I'm going to start considering like my life decisions at that point. Trying to think if there's anything else that stuck out about these. Let's see. No. Just got to make sure that there's no cracks on the backs. I did drop one. Thank God the one I dropped was an SE. And it broke the back. So that was $50, $50 mistake. I didn't know that this other one had a cracked back, so I docked him for that. And a couple of them had scratch screens, so I docked him a little bit on each one. But I'm already getting such a good deal. So anyway, so what I do from here is I decide which ones I'm going to sell to direct buyers. Based on what's going to make most sense for the price. Like if they're going to try to dock me $200 for a scratched up screen, that's not going to work for me. I'm going to sell it local or I'm going to sell it on eBay. If it's got a lot of problems, eBay works really well. I just sold a 12 with a non-OEM screen with a cracked back on eBay for $350. If you're looking at DB prices, you don't even want to know. They'd probably give you like $100 if I had to guess. So I made about $200 above what a DB would give me for that one. That's when it really, really makes sense. I almost had it sold locally for $260, but the dude just took too much time. So eBay it was for that one. The XS Max with one of these, hang on. Yeah, this one right here would be grade D. It's unlocked. No problems on the back. Unlock like that, grade D, I'm going to get nothing. I think $100. On eBay, I just sold one for $225. So that'll go in my eBay pile. And I'll end up with about, I think, $190 on that instead of $100. So you just have to figure out like who's going to give you the most money, who's going to give it to you the fastest, and the least amount of work. And so you kind of go from like, you scale down and decide like which one you're going to put more work in, get a little bit more money, which ones you're going to do less work, and get a little bit less money, but have your money back. I just spent $7,000 on all these deals, or $6,800, and I have another $3,000 worth of phones to buy today. So I got to figure out ASAP which one I'm selling to a local DB, and which ones I'm going to be sending off to another DB that I work with, and which ones need to get listed on eBay. And I need to do that freaking ASAP so I get my money back, so I can keep on churning that and doing more deals. That is next level game for you guys. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.